right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the Coach Harry Show. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Kendall, Grayson, Coach Harry, and Jiri Pestuka is our guest tonight, and we thank him for coming. Jiri, how's it been so far this season?
Pretty good. We had a little slow start, and now we're starting warming up, and coming together, and games are better and better. So
It's as we've talked many times about the slow start, and he's been here for how many? 8 years now.
it's about that.
8 years,
8.
and they've always had pretty good starts, and so it's just something a little different this year. But as he said, things are starting to heat up, and we're starting to get things going the way we want to go. If you look at it, we've won 5 out of the last 6, and it's hard sometimes to imagine because the one game we lost was in the middle there type thing. So, but in December it's been a pretty good month so far, and the last week and a half is going to be a battle because we're going to have to make sure we're ready, and I can't wait to get her started.
Yeah, and so we'll get into these games coming up in the next few segments, but just real quickly, Coach, what'd you think about these 2 performances here on the weekend?
Well, I thought Friday night was picture perfect. Yeah. You know what I mean? I thought we played well. I thought everybody on the team had a good game. Boris made saves when we needed them. As I said, I thought our defense played well. We held the line a lot and did a lot of good things that way, and then we scored. We got goals when we needed them. So I just liked the whole game there Friday night, and as I said, and Saturday, for the most part, the first period might have been our best period of the year. I thought we came out smoking and took it to them, and but then I think when we got up 3-0 there, I think we figured, oh geez, this is going to be one of those cookie night, and we kind of relaxed and maybe relaxed too much, and they took it to us. But we rebounded again, and we keep talking about getting points, and at this time in the season, and I said 20 games was a marker for us, and now we won 5 out of 6 coming into the end of the month here. So I like what's going on. I like the atmosphere, and as I said, we just got to keep this thing rolling.
And talk about the games coming up, because you do have the series against Columbus, and then it's Blue Ridge and Binghamton exclusively for the next 4 or 5 weeks or so. But you'll have, again, the Columbus team that you've already seen, and then you'll get really familiar with Binghamton and Blue Ridge again. Yeah,
well, that's the way the schedule goes, and we have to put it. And both Blue Ridge right now is they're in a little bit of a funk. But every time we play them, it's always a battle. It doesn't matter. It's a little like playing Columbus. It doesn't matter if one team's hot or cold or whatever. It's going to be a battle. So then the next month here, and as I said, I believe that this league is a great league now, and so we've got to be ready. And if we don't keep our foot on the gas, then we're going to be in trouble. So we got to keep our foot on the gas and go for it.
All right, well, that'll do it for our opening segment. We'll take a break, come back, and talk about the Friday game this past weekend. Thank you. When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go: Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com. Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today. And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Coach Harry Show. Kendall, Grayson, Coach Harry, and Jiri Pestuka with us. for this final show before the Christmas holiday coming up this week. Coach, we'll go into Friday's game, there on the road, and you mentioned it was nearly picture perfect. I mean, that's just a good hockey game from your group and the way they played, and you got the offense you needed, you got the defense you needed, the goaltending was really good. Let's talk about that performance there, going back to Friday night, a place that you had won in a few weeks ago. Now you got 2 wins in that building.
Yeah, they got a great team. They're very explosive, and we came out of the first period 0-0, but I just like the way we played. I think everybody contributed. We had some chances, but as you said, I felt really good at the end of the first period. Coming in. We did things the way we wanted to do it, and we always talk about our structure and we talk about our identity, and that's what I thought we played it right to a T. I mean, you like to have scored a goal, but those things don't always happen. Sometimes you have to set those things up. So at the end of the first period, I was really happy with the way things were going.
And I think it shows too. I mentioned the last time you were there. I think it shows too you can win in different types of hockey games, because the previous time we were there, the first game of the year that was there this season, that was a 5-4 final, kind of a wild one, high scoring, back and forth. But you were able to put together a good first period, and then we'll talk about it. That led to a 2-goal second period.
Yeah, as I said, I like the way things are going right now. We moved. We had a little bit of a shake up with the lines. Gus going with Pesty and Sally, and then Keeley moved up with Whitey and Kramer, and so and then Mr. Carter moved in with Boots and Schnapp, and then with Bloomer as our 10th forward. So we shook it up a little bit, but I like the way the flavor is right now. I like the way we're generating some chances. I like the way this line here is playing together. They've had some real good chances, had some opportunities, and they've cashed in on them. And I like the Keeley line right now. So everyone's really working hard, and the other line there, I think they brought a lot of energy. So right now, I think things are going well for us, and we just got to keep her going.
So Gus gets the first goal there, even strength. All 3 of your goals are even strength in that game. Gus scores, assisted by Kate Hanley and James Farmer. We'll talk about James Farmer on Saturday night. He gets a big goal there. But, Whitey has 2 in that game, and his first one is towards the end of the second period. So at the end of the second period, you're leading by 2. Shots are 11-7 in that second period. You outshot them in the first period. You outshoot them in the game. There's the one in the third that Whitey gets on the board again from Gus and Sally. Overall, what'd you think? Because it looked like you guys put together, as you're saying, some good work, and you're able to finish it off there 3-0.
Well, the one thing I think that we probably did on Friday night, we shot more than we normally do. Like in those situations, like Gus came down. I think it was Sally gave him the pass there, and he came down and took a great shot. And I think Whitey's shot was almost identical. The goalie kind of cheated a little bit, and the way these guys shoot, Yuri and Whitey and Ford and those guys there, the way they shoot the puck, like you can't cheat. And he tried to cheat a couple of times, thinking that something was going to happen, and we capitalized on it, and we kind of got the ball rolling for us.
Yuri, you've seen a lot of different teams in this league, and this PD group is new. I know Coach, mentioned that they're a really good team. We've seen them so far this year. What's it been like to play against those guys so far this year?
I mean, because I'm getting older, they're being really faster. No, they've been really aggressive, especially on their PK. I don't think I ever played against a team who's attack you that aggressively, like 3 guys, almost 4 guys in a corner on a puck. So yeah, they're really fast, and skill-wise, they're skilled. So.
We talk about it. Again, we talk about our identity, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but like their identity is they live by the sword and they're going to die by the sword. Their motto is if we have to score 5, we have to score 5, and so that's what they try to do. And if they give up 4, then we'll try and score 5. And that's not the way we can play, but that's we learned that team there can score pretty fast. And so if we don't play a structured type of game, then we get in trouble with them. But as I said, Friday night we did everything right to a T, and as he said, when we did get a power play, like they're so aggressive that's what they're trying to do, and that's their identity. And sometimes that's a tough identity to have, because you're always kind of in the game, but then sometimes you're out of the game because you get scored on a lot too. So they give up some goals that they probably shouldn't, but as I said, they believe they can score enough, and that in my mind, that's a tough way to play sometimes.
We'll talk about Boris, and the weekend he put together, but specifically there Friday night, he gets his first shutout of the season. I think it was number 5 of his career. We've been talking about him every week and the goaltending and how good it's been. Obviously, he was a big reason that you won those games this weekend.
Well, he had to step up for us. We brought in Mr. Purdy and to be our backup right now, and so Boris Mr. Purdy hasn't played for a while, so. Boris had to take the reins, and I thought he did a great job. He was cool, calm, and collected. And the one thing I always look about goalies, it's not so much that they make the saves; it's how they make the saves. If they look comfortable, some guys, if they might make a save, but they look uncomfortable. And as a coach, you're kind of get a little nervous about that. But he looked cool, calm, and collected. Very very pro way to play. And as I said. I thought he did a good job on Friday, and then, as I said, I thought he bounced back on Saturday.
Yeah. Before we move to Saturday's game, any last words you'd like to say about the good start to the weekend, getting off on the right foot, and picking up that win there on the road?
Well, we talked about probably many times this year where, as I said, if we could play 52 minutes, we'd be a great hockey team. But I thought we played 60 minutes that day. You could even tell on the bench, guys were and we never said that one word, but we knew that we had to finish it off, and we had to play the right way, and guys were talking, and I just liked from top to bottom, as I said, it was a great way to go on the road and play a strong game for 60 minutes. Everybody played well, and they deserve it, and I give the guys a lot of credit.
So that was the Friday night game. Final score is 3-0. Coming up next, we'll talk about the Saturday win on home ice. Thanks.
Two pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, two pillows, endless possibilities.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids.
Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from, this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
And welcome back to the Coach Harry Show. Kendall, Grayson, Coach Harry, and Jiri Pestuka with us for tonight's show. Coach, we just talked about the Friday night win on the road. Really good performance, and then you back it up with another good performance, I thought, Saturday. Always nice to be at home and experience a win with the home fans, and we got to do that. You just mentioned earlier in the show that was, perhaps the best first period you've had this season, and, if you want to talk a little bit more about that, obviously you get on the scoreboard there 3 times, but really good start to get things going there on that Saturday night.
Well, the one thing about this year is we've gone game to game and haven't really put the whole package together. So after Friday night, the painting looked like a Picasso. It was great, and everybody was happy. And I thought we just did a heck of a job as a group, and so you're a little cautious about the next night about, like, you got to get back on the horse, you got to regroup and come out guns a blazing, because we knew that team. When you get, and I hate to use the word embarrassed, but when you lose 3-0 at home, that's a tough night for the home fans, and it's not a great time. So I knew they were going to come out, but at the end of the first period, I was like, wow, this is the ball's starting to roll. Like we're going, and I just thought the first period was a great first period, and we came out and jumped on them right away and set the tempo. So at the end of the first, I thought this was going to be not a cakewalk, but I knew that we were playing well enough that and we keep playing the way we were going to, that the win should have been in the bank for us.
You've played a lot of home games, obviously, now in your career, and I always like to ask the players who come on this show just, that experience of playing on home ice in front of these fans and what they meant to you over the years.
They're phenomenal. They always push us that extra step to do the extra work, So I love to play in front of them, and it's a special place, annex, the nest.
Yeah. It's always fun to end a Saturday with a win, for sure. So Coach, we'll get back into the game here. You go up 3-0, and Kramer gets those two in the first period, and I thought just, he's had, he's been sick a little bit here off the ice, me and you and the team know about, but just to grind through that and get a couple of goals there on the board the first period, I thought that was huge for him personally.
Well, he's had a lot of chances, and that thing that's 4x6, like there are sometimes I think he doesn't like to hit it. Sometimes it's he's had so many chances, and to see him score a couple goals there was great, and as I said, kind of got us rolling there. And I just thought the way we passed the puck, we made some really nice plays. One down, he was on the right hand side, and made a great shot, and then I think it was Gus. I think on the made a nice play on the one there, the little tip in. So just the way we were moving the puck and creating chances, I just thought we did a great job.
So you go to the second period, and they get the only goal of the second period. But, the way you're playing, up by a couple of goals, and it must have felt pretty good. But Sally scores that goal there in the third period that ends up being, that kind of put the game away on kind of a blunder from their goaltender. But a good shot from him. You have to bury it. Like you said, you got to hit the net when you have that chance, and he did. So just walk us through the rest of the game here as you're able to skate away with that win.
Well, to say disappointed in the second period be an understatement. I called a policeman and asked him if he could find our team. I thought we got somebody stole them. It was just like two different periods for us, and the one thing that we did was we took our foot off the gas, and that's hard to turn back on. We've turned it on one time this year, but that's really hard to do. And the coach was a little uptight, I guess, at the end of the second there, just because, like, we're going to start playing teams, and PD right now, they're in a little bit of a struggle, so we've hit them at the right time, but we can't let our guard down. We're going to be playing Binghamton coming up, Columbus this week. Columbus showed the other day, you're up 3-0 on last Friday night, and then next thing you know, they lost the game. So you can't take a period off like we did, and as I said, I love the way our response was in the third period. We battled. We made sure that we got the W, and that's what we're. So the weekend was a great weekend, but as I said, we've got to learn that we can't take our foot off the gas like we did in the second period, especially the teams that we're going to start playing here, and how important games are. Like, to have a good start, that first period was such a great start, and then to let it slip there in the second period, that's something that we can't do as a group, and hopefully we learn from it.
So once again, Boris has a great game in net. I said on the air, I think you could argue he had a better game Saturday night than he did, Friday night, just because of the shot volume. He had to make 40 saves Saturday night, and I thought that was good. Farmer scoring that goal in the first period was, always just kind of a big, I feel like a momentum builder whenever he can score a goal like that. LaBelle had a couple of points, and I think going back on the weekend too, we can talk about you had some newcomers in the lineup. You talk about Purdy and bringing him in and backing up. But also, a couple of new players in the lineup this weekend. And, how'd you think that they performed?
Well, I like their game. It's tough. Like, for the minutes that they got, I thought they did a good job. Friday night, I thought both of them, Mully and Harwell played very well. And then Saturday, I think it was a little different game in the second, as I said, for them too. I think I didn't dislike their game, but I don't know if they're learning how to play, and they're learning how to do things with us here. So I thought they contributed well. Harwell made some really nice plays, breaking out the puck and doing things like that. And I think Mully's trying to find his way, with our style here like that. So I think those two guys eventually are going to help us down the road here. And that's what you need. You need a contribution from everybody. And, you talk about Farmer. He jumped up there and on a 2-on-1. And I think some people thought, everyone wants to pass the puck. And I liked it. And he took a shot and scored. I watched a video about of an NHL guy coming down, and he had the whole net to shoot at, and he tried to make the pass, and the defenseman blocked it. So sometimes on those 2-on-1s, you got to be selfish. You think you got a good shot, take the shot, and as I said, he took that shot and made it 3-0 for us. So I enjoyed the game. I thought we the ups and downs is a little heart jumps a little too much with the ups and downs, but it's all about how we finished, and that's the coach was pretty excited about getting the 6 points, and the next day when you start looking in those in the program and called the standings, it looked pretty nice on Sunday morning. So, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we're gearing to, and now we got to keep taking those next steps.
And that's where I was actually going to go next, because you jumped them in the standings, but you're getting ready to play Columbus, another team that's right near you in the standings, and these, like you say, these games are so important. You're going to play Blue Ridge, that's on the other side, and Binghamton's at the top of the other side coming up, but these are games that you'd certainly like to have just because of where the teams are in the standings right now.
Well, when they're in your division, you lose 2 games in your division, you lose 6 points, and that's back in my day, when there was only 2 points, it was 4 points. But still, it's a big, those 6 points. Sometimes you look in the standings and it's like, wow, that's a big gap. And now that we've taken that leap, and as I always say, when you get somebody in a street fight and you get them down, we've got them down a little bit. Don't let them up, and that's what we've got to do now. We've got to just don't let them up and keep going.
All right, so that's the back-to-back wins on the weekend. When we come back, we'll take fan questions. After that, we'll look ahead to the series against Columbus. Thanks.
I want to stop losing sleep over this. I want to know that surgery is the right decision. I want to protect what I've built. I want a plan designed just for me. I want to know that I'm in excellent hands. I want the latest and greatest. I want to continue to grow, no matter what life throws my way.
For the best surgical care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
And hello and welcome back to the Coach Harry Show. Kendall, Grayson, Coach Harry, and Jiri Pestuka with us. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Good round of applause there. We have a few questions to get to. Coach, we'll start out with this question. Will we lose any players due to the ECHL strike, or do you expect to get any players from the ECHL strike? I know that's a big topic that's going on right now.
I think if I knew the answer, I would tell you. I don't even. It's kind of ironic. I talked to 2 coaches in the coast today, and I don't think anybody knows what's going on. I know the Southern Pro League is up in arms. I know people in our league are. I don't say want to panic, because a lot of the things, there's a lot of variables. And I don't want to bore everybody with, but we're talking about insurance, we're talking about logistics, about getting people at certain places. Like it's a very, very complicated. I spent about 40 minutes on the phone last night talking to one coach, and basically he went over all the scenarios that could happen, and what's the cost, and I think everyone's just hoping that better heads prevail, and on the day after Christmas that there is no strike, and nobody has to really deal with it, because I think the ramifications. I know the one team in the out west in the East Coast League, they had to change a game, and it was going to cost $40,000, and just from a logistic standpoint, from I know one team is going to fly on Friday, and they got 30. I think they got 28 tickets that they're going to lose, because you can't refund a group fund or something like that. So there's a lot of variables in there. As far as losing players, obviously immigration and those things. So a lot of our Canadians probably couldn't go, and then even the Americans. And so it's just, as I said, with insurance and with different things like that. As I said, it's a crazy time. As I said, I don't even know if the East Coast Hockey League, the representatives, if they actually even know what's going to happen or how it's going to play out, because there's a lot of money involved. You cancel a season, you lose 2 weeks. Some teams play, they play during the week, so sometimes they'll play like 4 times in a week, and so you lose 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like you can't make those games up, and so you're talking about people who work in the front office. You're talking about a lot of things. So as I said, the one coach said today, just hopefully Santa Claus comes down with a solution and takes care of it. So I just think it'd be bad for hockey and bad for the coast.
No, that's a really good question, because I know that's, again, been a really hot topic, and obviously you speaking with people, that's something that's on the front of a lot of people's minds here in the minor hockey world. Yuri, this next question is for you. Just says, tell us about your experience in Winston-Salem. Do you have any other hobbies? What do you like to do when you're not playing, and how's it been, playing in Winston-Salem over the years?
I mean, so I built my kind of life here. I got married and got 2 dogs, and
you've settled in, haven't you?
I settled in. I settled in. My hobbies, I love, be active. I love play golf, tennis, go for walks with my dogs and stuff. But now with coaching with Jan, we're being so busy with the kids that we have not much time for our personal life.
I think he sneaks out more for golf, because I played with him before. He can hit the golf ball, so I think he talks. I think he gets out there more often than he lets on. But because he can play. He's a good golf player too. So
some guys got out there today.
But that's a guys like him and Hansi and Boots has stayed here, and Koplinger's been here. Joe Kennedy stayed here. I could go down the list. Whipper Watson. I'm going back to my era. Guys that have played here and stayed here. It's a great place to live, and they love it here. So you go around the league, different places, and this is probably one of the places I've been where more players have stayed here after their careers are over, or embedded into the community. And as I said, it's a tribute to the people who are here and to them. And as I said, they do a great job for us.
Yuri, this next question says, of all the new guys on the team, who have you bonded with the most this season?
I'd say all of them. Like all of them are beauties, I'd say. So,
That's good. That's good.
I'd say Mikey, he stole my Minion socks, so that's...
Okay. I think Mikey he's a talkator, eh? He'll talk a little bit.
Yeah, here and there.
A little bit.
Biggest talker is Johnny Batista, but...
Nobody can talk. When he's in that corner, he's getting out-talked.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so...
The final question we have for you tonight is, do you have a favorite game or a favorite goal that you scored throughout your career? Does one game or one goal stick out to you?
Probably the double OT winner in the finals against Elmira back here.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good answer.
I thought it'd been maybe 2017, the last game in Danville. That wasn't your favorite game?
Well, I scored, but we lost.
Oh, okay. We knew we were going to bring it up sometime, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had to give you a little needle just every once in a while. That's Christmas. A little poke. That's okay.
All right, that's it for our fan question segment tonight. We'll take one final break, come back and preview the games against Columbus. Thank you.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
And hello and welcome back to our final segment of tonight's Coach Harry Show. Kendall, Grayson, Coach Harry, and Jiri Pestuka with us this week. Coach, before we go, and I know this might pain you a little bit or maybe not, but just while we have him here, just talk about what Jiri means to this again, to this group, the groups you've had in the past, and what type of player and person he is.
Well, we talk about him and you and Sally and the contribution that they bring, and he's a complete hockey player, and I might have to open the door a little wider to get his head through here, but he's a complete hockey player. He's like that. What someone called a Swiss Army knife. He can play forward. He can play defense. He plays left wing, right wing. I've even had him at center a little bit. I know that might not be your favorite position, but he's played there too. So he kind of does everything and does everything well. Like he runs our power play, up at the top, or he could be down low. He just does a lot of things, and it's a great contribution. And the one thing that we always talk about is your hockey IQ. And I have some guys that are very high hockey IQ, and it's not something that you just, it just doesn't happen. You got to have it, and you got to grow with it. And I'll give him a compliment here. He has a high hockey IQ, and not a lot of players. I've had good players before, but they don't have that IQ as much. They're just good players, but he's kind of a combination of both. He's a very good player. A great player actually, but he's got a very high IQ. Him and I can sit and talk about something, and we both see the game the way I like to see it. And as I said, so it's a pleasure to sit and talk to him sometimes about different situations or whatever, because he sees that game, and that's, as I said, that's a compliment to him. He has that, and he uses it to his advantage. So, and then obviously him being here, we talk about the big family, and he's part of that family where he's in the community. We just mentioned that during the question there. Like that's huge here. That's why maybe this year we're a little down, but for the most part, there's always been great crowds here. And that's a compliment to the guys who have stayed here for 8 years or 9 years. You got Boots, with Sally, but then Boots now, and then I think Ford, he's been here 5 years with Snoppy, and all those, and I think Boris is going on his 4th year. So those are the guys. But as I said, he's been here a long time, and just a great person. And as I said, he wears the shield on his chest with pride, and it's a great. I'm very lucky to be able to coach him and have him here with us.
Coach, let's get to the games here against Columbus. This is we did the weekend preview, you and I, that'll run on the broadcast, and rivalry games and important games. And you talked about it earlier. Teams that's around you in the standings, you need to win this time of year. It's our only trip down there in the regular season, only planned trip, but you never know, could see each other later in the year. So talk about the River Dragons here coming up for the weekend.
Well, they Friday night they let one slip against Athens. They were up 3-0, so they're playing well. They let it slip a little like us on Saturday, but we held our game. And then on Saturday, they beat them. I think it was they scored a couple on the empty net there, but they're playing well. And so again, every time we go down there, I always like going to Columbus. They're as I said to you today when we had our talk there, they're always great games, very entertaining. And if you can't go to a game and watch that game there, even when they come to our barn. It's really great entertainment, great hockey, and I expect nothing less this weekend here. And we're going to have to come out and play well and play the way we can. And the one thing that these guys, they've made the mistake, they've raised the bar for me. And now it's my job to push them to stay at that bar. And so that's where we're going to go. And, that's why, as I said, Saturday night, a little upset because I saw the bar here, and then all of a sudden the bar was there, and the bar's got to stay high. So if we play the way we can play and keep that bar up high, then hopefully we can be successful.
Yep. And so we got games coming up. The New Year's Eve game against Blue Ridge, 8:35 is the start time for that one. So we want to let everyone know about that. We have our Teacher Appreciation Night, Teddy Bear Toss Night coming up. The first weekend on home ice in 2026. There in January. Coach, we've got our Christmas holiday coming up here in a few days. And, I think we'll just end the show on this note. I know fans would like to know about, kind of how things go around the holidays. And we've got the travel that's going to happen. Very similar to the Thanksgiving trip that we talked about, but big holiday coming up this week before we play those two games.
Well, at the break here, we were just talking about, we got 5 games in 8 days starting Friday. And so it's going to be a busy schedule, obviously with Christmas coming on Thursday. We're going to do a little skate tomorrow, and then we leave Friday night Thursday night, Christmas night, and in 8 days we're going to play 5 games, and so it's a very busy schedule, very all against both good teams, and so we're going to have to be ready. We're going to have to get our rest and make sure that we're prepared to put our best foot forward. So as I said, but normally you don't play that many games in that short a time, but that's the way the schedule works, and so we're going to have to be ready.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming out.
Well, I'd just like to say one more thing. It's Coach Harry Show, so Coach just like to tell everybody that have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year if we don't see you, and a happy and safe holiday from myself, the team, and everybody like that. We just want to say thank you for your support, but I hope Santa brings you exactly what you want for Christmas and for the New Year. So, Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Happy holidays.
Have a good one.